unfortunately the slideshow is not working. Therefore, I'm going to take you through 5 subsections. Because you cannot explain wireless networks unless you understand what digital is. You are not going to understand wireless unless you understand modulation, multiplexing, switching, etc. These are the pillars of communication. Then you cannot understand wireless unless you come from electromagnetic spectrum. You came from nature. Okay, therefore, what is that particular spectrum? Then, as Johannes already told you, you have been looking at the OSI layer or the hybrid 5-layer model. But now we are focusing on the low-level aspect, which is IEEE 226 standards. And we are going to mention some of the standards that are actually allowing us to improve wireless technologies. Then once we have got that, we are going to consider the examples of wireless networks or wireless technologies. Okay? So, to discuss this, I'm going to begin with this slide, just one slide, of analog and digital. What's your understanding of analog? Somebody say. What's your understanding of digital? Okay, let me ask a very simple question. Fozzie has got a car downstairs. Can I bring her car into this room? Yes or no? Can I bring it? No. Good. Is it possible or impossible? What do you say? Possible. Good. And who also say impossible? Is that possible or impossible?
It's possible.
It's possible. Good. Can you give me a solution? Very good. We can just sample. Okay, and bring it. That's very wonderful. Or the other option is, we are going to rearrange this building, demolish many things, and we are going to bring the car as it is. Yeah? Those are options. Good. Therefore, if someone is actually thinking about such kind of readjustments, can I go out of this door like this? No, that's your business. ከፈለኩ አንድ ነገር ሀብት ማድረግ አለበት እጄ መቆረጥ አለበት ያ ግን እዚህ ውስጥ እንደወጣ ምን ሆናል I can't readjust myself. Therefore, there are naturally 2 types of signals. What you can have as nature is mainly explained by what we call analog. Analog is not ready for such kind of deformation, such kind of readjustment, such kind of realignment, such kind of manipulation, such kind of variables. Okay? In the other way, digital is very much ready. Let me bring another example. How many of you love watching live music? It's nice, okay? And I've been, of course, watching some good musicians. But starting recently, there are fantastic musicians who are good on CD, but they are really bad on stage. You never encountered those? Okay? I don't want to name. Okay? The very good ones, like Mahmoud or Alamayo Shete, they are the same. Okay? Whether it is a recording of 50 years ago or whether they are performing live, they are the same. Okay? But there are so many musicians that you are having. Okay? On the CD, they are superb. The moment you come on stage, you just ask yourself, what's wrong with these people? Okay? Why this is happening? Why this is happening? As they sing on stage, it is analog. That is a natural voice. Yeah. Therefore, luckily, thanks to your microphone, okay, you are going to record it, put it into your system, add what is missing, okay, because you can digitally process everything. Then you can produce whatever is missing as an outcome. If you are doing so, that's beautiful. That's the beauty of digital. Okay. Therefore, there is some kind of a natural world. Vis-a-vis, there is some kind of computer world, where we at the end of the day are going to require something which looks like numbers, binaries, ones and zeros. Yeah. But unfortunately, most of the natural signals we have, such as my voice, temperature, pressure, weight, or whatever you are calling, it is existing in nature. Okay. What is the word analogous means in English? Analog came from analogous. Therefore, what is the meaning of the word analogous? You never heard that? Analogous means something similar. Okay? Therefore, analog is a representation of what you are having as nature. But if you put what you have as nature into a computer system, it will never work. Because you are telling everybody, I'm learning digital devices. You are learning about ones and zeros. What you are thinking about is logic of ones and zeros. Yeah? That is what we are living in this world. But reality is actually here. Therefore, just like the way you are breathing, okay? You breathe, okay? Who consider breathing as a job, as a task? Who considers wearing a clothes as a task? Okay. What did you wrap them with that class? Come on. Okay, you are not going to listen to me. Yeah. Therefore, there are little things that make up the better option afterwards, but you are taking them for granted. Therefore, even if I show you here 3 boxes, those 3 boxes are very simple. They are part and parcel of our life. Therefore, don't consider them as a very sophisticated issue. Your computer is doing that always. Okay? When I'm speaking, how do I generate the voice? My mouth. Okay? What part of my mouth is generating that? The vocal cord. What do I do when I speak? I push some air. When I push some air, it comes to the microphone or it comes to your ear, isn't it? Okay? Then how does your ear operate? It has got something called a kind of fluid which is going to be affected by the drum. Then that particular vibration is going to be translated to the nerve cell, and you say, I hear it. Yeah? The same thing is true. You have got a microphone. Then the microphone, what does it do? What does it do? It converts my voice into a signal. What kind of a signal? An electric signal. Then that is going to be given to a system that is going to convert my entity into a binary string, passing through all these aspects. Once I have got this, life is pretty much easy. I can use a computer system to process whatever I do. Okay? I can communicate it. Johnny partly is teaching you networking. Yeah? Networking is all about communication. Therefore, what kind of communication we are talking, whether it's wireless or wired, etc. What kind of communication we are talking about? We are talking about digital communication. Okay, therefore, unless you are having this particular digital data, okay, you are not going to really utilize what is available as. Keep that in mind. Okay? Then the other option, yes, you can still exist in analog mode. That's what we do now. Yeah, I speak, you listen. Okay? There is no sampling, there is no quantization. We are communicating one another. Yeah? Therefore, we can operate in a digital world. Okay? But in order to have some kind of a good efficiency, such as error correction, we need a kind of pause. Okay? What's your name? Hello. What if I start punching you every 1 minute? What will be your next reaction? Yeah, or you are trying to kick me back, or you are going to run away, or whatever. Yeah? Therefore, you have got some kind of a pause to make decision. But what if I punch you 50 times per second? That's like infinity. Just like infinity. Therefore, you cannot really tolerate it. Therefore, this 50 punch is like an analog. A continuous in time, a continuous in value. Okay? You don't have any kind of opportunity to reconsider, to think, etc. But if I give you some kind of a gap, discreteness, then now you are going to have a decision-making time. Is there an error? Let me correct it. Okay? Or is there some kind of an adjustment that I need to do? Let me do it. You have got that gap, that pause. You cannot have that pause if you are operating in the real world. Analog. Therefore, if you look into this, analog means something which is continuous in time and value. Therefore, if something is continuous, how many possible values it has got? How many possible values you have got? How many numbers I have between 0 and 1? Infinity. Therefore, what is infinity? Can you count up to infinity? No. Okay? Therefore, some things have got infinite possibilities. And working in infinite scenario is not appropriate for a digital device. Okay? Because at the end of the day here, you are going to talk about ones and zeros. Yeah? Therefore, ones and zeros. What's a one, by the way? What can be a one? Tell me. What can be a one or what can be a zero? Two states. Ha, la. Okay, Ababa, Kabada, Tulama, Bran, Moz, Bingalai. Can you give me an example? Real world example. How can you represent ones and zeros?
On off.
Hmm?
On off.
On off. On off will be a bit subtle. What will happen when you are idle? You are going home. Long ago. You are going home. Long ago. Okay, but as far as I'm concerned, off is a zero, let's say. Yeah? You may say off is equal to 0, on is equal to 1. That's what you are saying. Yeah? Therefore, when I'm saying, okay, what's your name? Ebenezer is sending 1, okay, I turn the switch. Okay, when Ebenezer is sending a 0, I turn off that switch. But Ebenezer going home, what will happen? I said Ebenezer is sending 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's going to be difficult. Therefore,